Welcome. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of market failures, with a special focus on public goods and common resources. Markets are often praised for their efficiency, but sometimes they don't work as intended. In these cases, resources can be misallocated, leading to outcomes that aren't ideal for society. Understanding why markets fail is crucial for anyone interested in economics, policy, or simply how our world functions. Let's start by exploring what market failures are and why they matter in our daily lives. Market failure occurs when the allocation of goods and services by free market is not efficient. This means that the market, left on its own, does not distribute resources in a way that maximizes total societal welfare. There are several reasons why this can happen, including externalities, market power, and the focus of today's video: public goods and common resources. By understanding these concepts, we can better grasp why government intervention is sometimes necessary. Public goods are a unique category of goods that are both non-excludable and non-rivalrous. This means that no one can be prevented from using them, and one person's use doesn't reduce their availability to others. Classic examples include national defense, clean air, and street lighting. Because of these characteristics, public goods are often underprovided in a free market, leading to what economists call a market failure. Let's look at some real-world examples of public goods. National defense protects everyone in a country regardless of whether they pay taxes. Clean air is available for all to breathe, and streetlights illuminate roads for every passerby. These goods benefit everyone, and it's hard to exclude people from using them. This makes it challenging for private markets to supply them efficiently. One of the biggest challenges with public goods is the free rider problem. Since people can benefit from public goods without paying for them, there's little incentive for individuals to contribute voluntarily. Imagine if everyone waited for someone else to pay for streetlights. Eventually, no one would, and the streets would remain dark. This is why governments often step in to provide public goods. Because markets tend to underprovide public goods, governments often take responsibility for their provision. By collecting taxes and using those funds to supply goods like national defense or public parks, governments ensure that everyone benefits regardless of individual contributions. This intervention helps correct the market failure associated with public goods. Common resources are goods that are non-excludable but rivalrous. This means that while everyone can use them, one person's use diminishes the amount available for others. Examples include fisheries, forests, and clean water sources. Because they're available to all but limited in supply, common resources are often overused, leading to depletion. Think about a public lake where anyone can fish. The fish in the lake are a common resource, anyone can catch them, but if too many people fish, the population can decline rapidly. Other examples include forests used for logging and clean air in a city. These resources are accessible to all, but overuse can lead to scarcity or even exhaustion. Tragedy of the commons is a classic scenario where individuals acting in their own self-interest overuse a common resource, ultimately harming everyone. If every farmer lets their cows graze freely on a shared pasture, the grass may be depleted, leaving nothing for anyone. This concept illustrates why common resources are often overexploited without regulation. Markets struggle to manage common resources because there's no easy way to exclude users or charge them for their consumption. As a result, individuals may overuse these resources, leading to depletion or environmental damage. This is another form of market failure where the market outcome is not socially optimal. To address the overuse of common resources, governments may implement regulations, quotas, or permits. For example, fishing licenses can limit the number of fish caught, and logging permits can help preserve forests. These measures aim to balance individual use with long-term sustainability, ensuring resources remain available for future generations. While both public goods and common resources are non-excludable, they differ in rivalry. Public goods are non-rivalrous, meaning one person's use doesn't affect another's. Common resources, on the other hand, are rivalrous. Use by one reduces availability for others. This distinction shapes how each is managed and why different policies are needed. Externalities are another reason markets can fail. These occur when the actions of individuals or businesses have side effects on others that aren't reflected in market prices. For example, pollution from a factory affects the health of nearby residents. Both public goods and common resources are often linked to externalities, further complicating market outcomes. Clean air is a perfect example of both a public good and a common resource, depending on the context. In a city, clean air is available to all, but pollution can make it scarce. This dual nature makes managing air quality a complex challenge, requiring both public provision and regulation to ensure everyone benefits. Fisheries are a classic example of common resources. Anyone can fish in a public lake or ocean, but if too many people fish, the population can collapse. Governments often set quotas or fishing seasons to prevent overfishing and ensure the resource remains available for future generations. National defense is a textbook public good. It protects everyone in a country, and one person's safety doesn't reduce another's. Because it's impossible to exclude non-payers, governments fund defense through taxes, ensuring universal protection. This is a clear example of why public goods require collective action. Public parks are another example of public goods. They're open to everyone, and one person's enjoyment doesn't diminish another's, at least until the park becomes overcrowded. Maintenance and funding often come from local governments, ensuring parks remain accessible and enjoyable for all. Roads can be public goods or common resources depending on congestion. An empty road is non-rivalrous, but a crowded highway becomes rivalrous as each additional car slows others down. Governments manage roads through construction, maintenance, and sometimes tolls to address congestion and funding needs. While government intervention is common, private solutions can also address market failures. For example, community groups may organize to manage a shared resource, or businesses might develop technologies to reduce pollution. These efforts can complement public policies and help achieve better outcomes. Implementing solutions for public goods and common resources isn't always straightforward. Political disagreements, funding limitations, and enforcement challenges can all hinder effective management. It's important to recognize these obstacles and work towards practical, balanced solutions that serve the public interest. Market failures related to public goods and common resources aren't limited to one country, they're global issues. Climate change, ocean pollution, and biodiversity loss are all examples of problems that require international cooperation. Addressing these challenges means working together across borders for the common good. Technology can play a powerful role in addressing market failures. Innovations like pollution monitoring, resource tracking, and efficient public transportation help manage public goods and common resources more effectively. Embracing technology can lead to smarter, more sustainable solutions. Educating the public about the importance of public goods and common resources is essential. When people understand the consequences of overuse or underfunding, they're more likely to support policies and practices that protect these vital assets. Awareness campaigns and school programs can make a big difference. Market failures are not just theoretical, they happen in real life. From traffic congestion to overfished oceans, we see the effects every day. Recognizing these failures helps us understand the need for thoughtful intervention and collective action to create better outcomes for everyone. Finding the right balance between individual freedom and collective responsibility is key to managing public goods and common resources. Policies must consider both economic efficiency and fairness, ensuring that everyone benefits without overburdening any group. This balance is at the heart of effective market regulation. As our world changes, new challenges for public goods and common resources will emerge. Urbanization, population growth, and climate change will all impact how we manage these assets. Staying flexible and innovative will be crucial for meeting future needs and preventing new market failures. Let's recap what we've learned. Market failures occur when free markets can't efficiently allocate resources, especially with public goods and common resources. Government intervention, private solutions, and technology all play roles in addressing these failures. Understanding these concepts helps us make better decisions as individuals and as a society. Understanding market failures isn't just for economists. It affects everyone, from the air we breathe to the roads we drive on. By recognizing the limits of markets and the need for collective action, we can work together to create a more sustainable and equitable world. For policymakers, understanding the nuances of public goods and common resources is essential. Crafting effective policies requires balancing economic incentives, environmental protection, and social equity. By learning from past successes and failures, governments can design better interventions for the future. In conclusion, market failures related to public goods and common resources remind us that some challenges require collective solutions. Whether through government action, private initiatives, or technological innovation, working together is key. By understanding these concepts, we're better equipped to build a fairer and more sustainable society for all.